Okay, well, happy Tuesday to you all. I don't even know what the date is today. Oh, the days are just running together. April 21st. Today is bike maintenance day, but we've got some supplies that we need for the chore. So we're going to run out on the scooter. My daughter's bored out of her mind, so she wants to come along for the ride. We're going to do some maintenance on the road bikes today and go hunting for Buc-ee's Beaver nuggets. So, go ahead and jump up, Bill. So we are going to go out on a snack run, basically. I was exchanging notes with one of my viewers. He said, that Buc-ee's was an absolute must-stop anytime you're on Texas highways. I completely agree. So that got me to thinking. I am really hankering for a chopped brisket sandwich, or 2 or 4. And we're going to get Beaver's nuggets and beef jerky and some other snacks for the day. I'm going to be out here in the sun, and it's going to be hot, so it ought to be a good time. All right, so off we go. Boom. Comfortable enough back there? Are you comfortable enough back there? Yeah. All right. How's your leg? Good? All right. So the weather is fantastic here in southern Texas right now. It's a little steamy, but nice. Mid 80s. I think we're supposed to get up to like 87 today. Humidity is a little high, but we've got a breeze and it feels really good. Good for doing outside chores. So I went to start up the Ryker earlier today, and my key has gone walkabout again. And of course my spare is at the warehouse, so not riding that. My toddler really likes to play with the keys and stuff, so I'm thinking that's probably where it disappeared to. We'll find it around the house. The Ryker key is so small, I don't have it on a keychain or anything like that. It's a little hard to put on a keychain, and it just tends to look like a toy to her, I guess. Black plastic. So with the COVID lockdown situation, the kids are stir crazy. Everyone's getting a little bit cooped up, needing to get out and do stuff. And modern times, people don't really like to put their electronic devices down. So the kids have just been staying indoors far too much, in my opinion. Need to get off the phones and the computers and TV and get out and walk around. So I think my daughter is finally getting fed up with being in the house all the time. She said, can I go? Yep, sure, come on. Get out and get some fresh air. So my bike maintenance task today is just routine maintenance stuff. I'm going to clean them up, lube the chains, check the derailleurs, little minor tweaks and adjustments here and there. check the tires. I think we might have a thorn hole in my wife's bike because the rear is losing air a little too fast. It leaks down in a couple days. So I might swap a tube on that thing today. And then we have a WeGo single seat bicycle trailer for toddlers. And we have another bike that my wife got quite a number of years ago, just a cheap department store bike that we had the mount, the front seat post yoke set up on that one to pull that WeGo around when my middle daughter was much younger. But we need to clean that thing up and get it functional for our toddler to tag along in. So I've got to do a little bit of rework on that thing because it's been sitting around for a number of years now and it's all dirty and messed up. So need to lube up the chain, probably pull the wheels, repack the bearings, or the wheel, the single wheel, just get it all cleaned up so my wife can cart her around the neighborhood during the day so everybody can get out for a little fresh air and exercise. It's windy. Yeah, there's a couple of bikes. Rev bombing under the bridge for the noise. It's funny. So this Buc-ees that we're going to head to is just out on the edge of Katy out here on I-10, about 7 miles or so down the highway. 6 or 7, something like that. And hopefully they're running at full production over there. I don't think places like that would be subject to non-essential business or COVID lockdown or anything like that. However, their supplies, I don't know. The fresh food, the sandwiches, all that, I'm not sure. We shall find out. Okay, so we're going to take the little PCX up on the highway here, 2 up. My daughter isn't very heavy, but still a pillion on the PCX150 up on the highway, so I just opened it up and we'll let it run. And of course, 65, that's not fast enough for these aggressive cagers. They got to come flying around you at the last second for no reason at all. Okay. So, PCX150 up on the highway, 2 riders doing 65 indicated. I let out of it a little bit. I'm not wide open. Now I'm wide open again. So 67, and I'm just starting to bump the rev limiter. So we're doing about 65 actual. Not too bad. can see my daughter's shirt flapping like crazy behind me. So I'm not running wide open. I'm probably maybe 70% throttle, 75. Still have quite a bit left there. Just kind of cruising along about 60, 62. Doesn't seem to tax the little PCX too much at all. It does pretty well. I mentioned it before, but I think without the rev limiter on here, or slightly taller ramp profile from a different variator, these things would run 65, 70 very easily. They're not really power limited up top for the top speeds. It's more rev limited. So they get a little twitchy above 65 though. They're just very lightweight. And they have a lot of surface area with small wheels, so they get a little twitchy at full speed. It's all those factors plus a relatively short wheelbase, so they're not great highway bikes. It's not really what they were designed for. They're designed to be little run around town urban bikes. That's pretty much it. Considering trading in one of these PCXs. I've got this white 2015 model, and I've also got a gray 2016 PCX, and I'm considering, I'll go straight here, I'm considering trading it in trading one of them in for the ADV 150, just to see how that thing is. It's not going to be any faster or more powerful or longer legged or anything like that than the PCX, because it's essentially a reskinned PCX with better suspension and different bodywork. It's a new gauge faces and all that. But I think with the slightly bigger tires on it, and wider tires I should say. What the hell is this genius doing? It's a cop sitting in the middle of a median. Weirdo. Where was I think with the wider tires on it and the better suspension, it might be a little bit better as an urban commuter because of poorer road surfaces and potholes and all that kind of stuff. That additional suspension should ride a little better than the PCXs do. So we'll see. Okay, so Buc-ee's on the right. And I just filled up on fuel over at Walmart. Otherwise, I would pull over here and get some ethanol free. Well, it looks like Buc-ee's is open for business. Well, you might want to pull out of there and look before you pull out. Go. Or pull halfway out. Go ahead and do the whole thing. All right. So, Buc-ee's. Let's go in and hunt for some beaver nuggets. I'll just leave my helmet on. This will be my N95 mask. Hello. Okay. Beaver nuggets, beaver nuggets. Oh, there they are. $4 a bag. I think they've gone up a little bit. Ooh, and salted caramel. Nice. There's bold and spicy. You want some of those? I'm thinking 2 of these, 1 of these, and what else? Any other snacks? Okay, here we go. Sliced barbecue brisket sandwiches. I'm looking for the ones with pickles and onions. Oh yeah, buddy. 1, 2. Hold those. It's warm. Get something for Mom, even though she said she didn't want anything. It's a sliced sausage, pulled pork. Oh yeah, I think we got to get one of those. And a barbecue turkey. Okay then. All right. Not bad for a quick run.
They got sausage, turkey.
Anything else? Got it. A couple of these. A couple of these. Thank you. Buc-ee's Sport Cabana. All right. Beautiful. Got it? Ugh. Okay, and I think we are going to take the back road home. We'll take the back road so it's not quite so fast and furious out there with the crazy cagers. I've done that before. My daughter said we should go through the car wash on the motorcycle. I've actually done that before. It's a little rough. So we'll take a little bit more leisurely trip on the way back. PCX can do fine up on the highway up to 63 to 65 miles per hour, but when you've got fast traffic breathing down your neck at 80 plus, it's kind of outmatched. I do wish that Honda would bring their Forza 300, the new model, the one that was redesigned here to the United States. The old one was just, I don't know, it's kind of bloated and fugly in my opinion. It wasn't a very sleek bike and rather heavy for its horsepower output and all that. I'm not sure if the new one is any lighter or not, but it definitely looks better. And it's got a lot more rider aids. It's got traction control, anti-lock, power adjustable windscreen on it. It's a pretty slick bike. And it's 279 cc's or something like that, so it's a 300 class bike, which means it'll have plenty of highway chops. Get up, run 85, 90 with traffic. Shouldn't be a problem at all. They haven't sold well here in the States for quite a long time. Scooters in general just don't sell very well here. But those kind of mid-level scooters, it seems like the dealers had a lot of problem unloading those and manufacturers had to take them back. I mean, there are still some dealers here in the States that have 2014 Forza 300s new sitting on their showroom floors that haven't been able to sell. 6 years now. The same was true of the Silver Wing 600. I have one. It's an older one, 2004. But they stopped producing those in 2012, and up to just a couple years ago, they were still on Honda's website as an available model, but it stopped at the 2012 model year. So that means they still had a significant stock of those things sitting around trying to unload them. Don't know. Scooters just aren't macho enough for most of the American market. I don't really care about macho. I just like them to be fun and efficient. Over here is Snappy's Cafe, where I have stopped many a time for my breakfast runs. I did that on my Super Cub run out to one of the parks. So Snappy's, great little diner. As far as I know, they're only open for breakfast. They don't stay open much past maybe lunch, but they're not an evening place. This guy is obviously on his cell phone, you can tell, weaving around inconsistent. Yep, cell phone in the right hand. loud. Imagine driving around with that all day. Ooh, headache. So here is Katy Mills Mall, and as I understand, they're pretty much shut down. Most of the malls are closed through the virus lockdown stuff, so it's a ghost town here. I'm sure they have people in there working, employees and very skeleton staff kind of thing, but no real shopping going on. Water parks are closed, everything's closed. So early in the season for them, but they didn't even open up on spring break or anything as far as I know. And here's our church coming up on the left, the Katy Fellowship. They've been shut down as well. We did have an interesting drive-through church service for Easter. It was kind of neat. The whole parking lot was full of cars, and they had a loudspeaker out there, and everyone just participated in the service from the relative comfort of their cars. Every time it was time to say amen or acknowledge something in the service, everyone would honk the horns. That was a lot of fun. My youngest daughter went along, and she didn't understand why everyone was honking. It was kind of freaking her out at first. Then she started having fun with it. Totally clueless. Blew that thing hard. Ah, these lights are starting to suck. Just so many of these little love bugs flying around today. I don't even know what they're really called. Two little black bugs. They pair up and fly back to back, butt to butt, whatever. They're very sticky too. They get on you and won't go away. You brush them off, they fly right back and land on you. I had one fly into my helmet earlier today and was walking around by my eyebrow. I'm like, get out. Oh my God, these lights suck today. There's no one even here for this one. Dude, you can have one lane, you can't have two. Rough ride. That's the only thing that's ever really kind of disappointed me about the PCX is it's a pretty rough ride. The small-ish wheels on it and limited suspension throw. It just doesn't do real well over a lot of the terrible concrete seams and ripples and stuff that we have here in Houston. Pretty rough ride. with the factory shocks on the rear, I had a problem with this one and my gray one bottoming out pretty bad over even just moderate bumps, and I ended up swapping out for I can't even think of the name brand of the shocks right now. What's wrong with me? So I changed out the rear shocks on both of these bikes with YSS shocks. These are just non-adjustable, normal, supposedly improved sport shocks, whatever. And they're much firmer than the factory piece, but they're not adjustable for compression or rebound. Don't even think that they're adjustable for preload, spring preload. But, the ones that I put on the 2016 are adjustable. They've got a single adjustment, and I believe it's for rebound, and then they've got an adjustable spring collar for preload. Spring preload, I should say. But they're a bit too stiff for that 2016 PCX. The spring rate's a little too high. I have them backed out all the way to their softest setting, longest perch height, whatever you want to call it, and they're still pretty rough. Ooh, driving around the world to the right. All right, well, home again, and we are armed with supplies today. Got my barbecue sandwiches and my Beaver nuggets. Now I need to make a beer run. And the bikes are waiting.